Hello and welcome, I'm Smiley, and today we're going to be talking about locating God. And I chose this topic as a topic for today's video because I know a lot of my brothers and sisters in Christ out there heavily relate to this feeling. Because at some point in your walk, you will experience this. You will experience those moments where you can't feel God in your situation. And it causes you to ask yourself, where is He? God, where are you? I don't see you in the midst of this situation. I don't see you in the midst of this trial. Where are you? And now for those of you out there that are currently experiencing this, I just thought that I might take a second to share a revelation that I recently stumbled upon last night. This revelation came at about 2 a.m. But the story takes place at 1 a.m. So 1 a.m. last night, technically speaking, today, I couldn't sleep. I had so much on my mind that I wanted to get done today that my mind just kept racing. Every single second that I was awake, something else was coming to my mind that my heart wanted to do this following morning. So while my heart is racing, while my heart is going 100 miles a minute, I slow down and I tell myself, the only way you'll be able to get any of these things that you want to get done tomorrow is if you write them down. And not on your phone, in the notes app where you'll forget it. But go get a piece of paper and a pen and do it the old-fashioned way. Go take a moment to really write out what it is you want of the upcoming day. So I get out of my bed and I go to pursue the materials necessary to make this list for the morning. But I decided that I wanted a new pen in order to write this list. I didn't want any of the older pens. I didn't want anything to do with any of them. I wanted a new pen to write this new list. So I go in search of my pen first. It was relatively easy for me to track down some paper, but the pen is what I really needed to find. My first destination in pursuit of this new pen was my book bag, because it's a book bag. It's typically going to have some pens in there. But I knew that this book bag was not going to have any new pens. It'll have pens, but it won't have any new pens. Nonetheless, I opened the front pouch of my book bag. And like I had suspected, there were no new pens. So I close the pouch back and I go to my second location. This location is a drawer in my living room that people sometimes put pens into. So I figure it's very unlikely that there's going to be a new pen in this drawer, but I'm going to go and check anyway. So I go and check the drawer, and as I had expected, there is no new pens, only old pens. Old pens aren't going to suffice. I want a new pen. So I close the drawer and I go to my final destination. And this final destination was my home office. I go into the drawer of my home office in search of this new pen. And upon opening the drawers of my home office supplies, to no avail. Once again, no new pens, because there were no pens at all. Obviously disappointed, because I'm thinking to myself, well, where can a girl get a new pen around here? I close my office drawer and I head back out to my living room. The only thing I could think is, where is it? Why can't I find any new pens in this house? And it was upon sitting with this thought for a second that a light bulb rung in my head, and I realized I do have new pens. It's in my backpack, exactly where I left them. It's in the first place that I looked, but in a different pouch. So I go to my backpack to search, and I find my new pen. That's where revelation comes. And I take a second to think on God and to say, wow, the most minuscule, seemingly ridiculous moments you can turn into a lesson. So I thank him, and I come back to my room with this understanding. God is exactly where you first found him, but he's showing up in a new way. You're struggling to see Jesus where you're at, but it's because Jesus is exactly where you first found him. The place where you first found God represents a significant moment in your spiritual life. This could be a specific event, location, or practice where you felt a profound connection with the Lord. And it's often a deeply personal and transformative experience that sets the stage for your faith journey. This initial encounter serves as an anchor point in your faith. It's a touchstone that you can return to, a reminder of the origins of your belief and the initial spark that ignited your spiritual journey. So, a lot of the time, God will bring you right back to those same feelings of sadness, of stress, of depression, of confusion that you began your journey with. So that way he can show you why he has allowed you to experience what you have experienced and what you can learn from the journey that you've walked. So if you're struggling to find God, if you're struggling to locate him, go back to the first fruits of your faith and you'll realize that not only did he not leave your side, but he's been pruning every experience to grow you, to mature you, and to develop you into the person that he needs you to be for the sake of the kingdom. Turn around and look behind you to see him drawing out the roadmap of everywhere he has taken you, everywhere he has promised to deliver you from, and everywhere he's going to take you someday. And yeah, I think that's everything. So, as per usual, I'm not going to do all of that, but